Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I kept saying that I foresee the war in Ukraine to end sometime in September, October, November, when the temperature becomes cooler in Europe. Therefore, the need for gas is greater than, let's say, August or July. Therefore, I thought that maybe then the European countries or some important European countries, which are still bottom feeders in the big club, will try to pressure Great Britain, London, and Washington, D.C. to tell their boy Zelensky to take it easy and talk to the Russians and agree to a peace treaty. But it seems like all this might happen even sooner. I didn't expect, for instance, the German economy to be at the verge of collapsing. I have an article here from comes from Germany, from Fortune, from today, June 23rd, 2022, and this is the title: "The whole market is in danger of collapsing. Germany warns of a Lehman moment if Russia cuts off natural gas to Europe." Germany is one step closer to having to ration its gas usage as supply from Russia starts to dry up, and the country's top economic affairs officials is warning that it could lead to an even larger economic spillover effect. As of Thursday, Germany has entered the second alert level. They have three. The last one is emergency. So as of Thursday, Germany has entered the second alert level of its emergency gas plan, according to Robert Habeck, Germany's Minister for Economic Affairs and Climate Action. At this level, and I'm quoting, "security of supply is currently ensured, but the situation is tense," end quote. Habeck ministry announced after gas supplies along the Nord Stream 1 pipeline connecting Russia to Germany began drying up on June 14th. And I'm quoting, "Even if we don't feel it yet, we are in the midst of a gas crisis. From now on, gas is a scarce asset," Habeck said in a statement accompanying the ministry's announcement. Habeck added that if supply continues to fall and prices continue to rise, it could create ripples that would do irreparable and wide-reaching damage to the energy market in what he likened to a Lehman Brothers effect, referring to when the Lehman Brothers investment bank declared bankruptcy in 2008, sending economic shockwaves through the global financial system. And I'm quoting, "The whole market is in danger of collapsing at some point," Habeck said. German markets have been among the hardest hit by the war in Ukraine and Russia's willingness to use energy exports as a weapon, owing to the country's heavy reliance on Russian gas imports. Now that's false. I'm telling you why it's false. I mean, it's misleading. Let's put it this way. Let's read again. German markets have been among the hardest hit by the war in Ukraine and Ukraine's willingness to use energy exports as a weapon. Why Germany placed sanctions on Russia? That resulted in Russia saying, "Yeah, okay, well, if you place sanctions on me, I might turn a little bit this off." And remember, the sanctions were a little bit, you have to pay in euros. No, you have to pay in rubles. It was that kind of thing. So actually, if Germany did not impose sanctions, being pressured by its boss, which is the United States, to place sanctions on Russia, which was a self-sanctioning its own energy, shot itself in the foot, it would have had gas. Even the Nord Stream 2 pipeline would be functional at this point. So it was not the war and Russia decided to do anything. It was the war that this guy introduced themselves, inserted themselves in the issue, placed sanctions on Russia, and there you have it. So this guy excludes exactly the missing point that changes the whole equation. He jumped from the war to Russia turned it off. It just excluded the middle. And they turned it off because of the sanctions. Because they turned the Nord Stream 2, not the Russians. The Germans said they will not use it. They closed it. They didn't even start it because of the Americans. Remember when Olaf Scholz went to Washington, D.C., he was asked about 5 questions on the same issue about the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and he avoided it like avoided bullets. And eventually he had to do it because that's how the mass media bombarded him when he got home. And that's bad press, and the fish, the voters, the electorate will kick him out of power. That's how mass democracy works. Nevertheless, let's move on here. It says here that Russia accounted for 55% of Germany's gas imports in 2021 and 40% in the first quarter of 2022. Between the beginning of the year and the end of May, Germany has been able to lower Russian gas imports to 35. It lowered it, not the Russians. They lowered it. So you see, he forgot what he said before. He thought that we're not going to catch that. But the country's energy markets are still highly vulnerable to even the slightest changes in supply from Russia. They are willing to supply how much you want, 100%. It's you, Germany, that you don't want it. You want to get rid of it. When Russia began tightening gas flows to Germany last week, why? Russia gas company Gazprom said it was because of technical issues involving a missing gas compressor unit at a power plant on the Russian side of the Nord Stream pipeline, which they sent to Canada. And Trudeau, being a socialist, it takes time because socialists do not like to work. They like to get the money that other people make and work. That's how the socialist system, a kind of a Robin Hood kind of enterprise. Nevertheless, it has its good parts, socialism, but use them here and there, not as a whole. The shut-off had an immediate effect, sending gas prices surging 24% across Europe, and Habeck responded to the act at the time by calling it politically motivated. Well, why don't you provide the tool? Why don't you provide the technical issue, the gas compressor? Provide it and see if that was or not. Get involved. You just say it. You don't know it. You just assume. So prices are already high and we need to brace ourselves for future increases. This will impact our industrial output. It's okay, America will not be impacted, just you. So they will get ahead of you and impose a great burden on many consumers. It is an external shock. Well, that's all consumers in industry, in public institutions, and in the household should continue to cut their gas consumption as far as they can so that we can get through the winter. Yeah, that's good. While encouraging rationing measures, moving to its second alert level means that German gas companies and suppliers are now under more pressure to find alternative sources of gas to keep storage levels stable within the next few months. They are not able to fill their reserves. I think they're at about 40% full, 42%, and have to be about 90 to be able to get over winter. So these guys shoot themselves in the foot, and that's what it is. There's going to be they're going to possibly collapse or will not get rid of the Russian gas. It's one of the two, and the Russians are going to have more technical problems. Then what's going to happen with Germany? It's going to collapse economically, and not only, life will be hard. What is Germany, the biggest European economy? What is it gonna do? Lose competition against who? The guys who told them to cut off their gas and place sanctions on Russia. And who are those guys? Oh, that's Zimbabwe from across Atlantic. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and brace up, Germans. Tschüss. Bye-bye.